What is up, YouTube family? Welcome back to On-Chain Gaming. My name is Jake, the On-Chain Gamer, and today's video is really cool because we're going to be taking the very first look ever on this channel at Mirandus gameplay. Yes, cold, hard, true gameplay. But yeah, what we're gonna be looking at in this video is some alpha footage. I'm just gonna be talking over some recording. I have to say, I don't want to spoil too much before we hop into the gameplay, but it felt really good to walk around in Mirandus. Like, they nailed that like head bob movement, and then it's so seamless to jump around, and I love how much you can jump. You can like hop the fences and like almost climb mountains and stuff. It's really seamless. The bunny, okay, I just don't want to spoil it any more than that. So leave a big thumbs up on this video if you're excited. Hit subscribe, click that notification bell, and let's get into it.
On-Chain Gaming.
All right, so we're hopping in here to the Mirandus gameplay, and while you guys are just watching some of these clips that are going to show for you of my about 20 minutes that I spent in the test server, I kind of just want to share with you my thoughts about this. But before I do, I think it's important to note that this is literally like the first server of Mirandus. This is like really, really early development stuff. This is like pre-alpha, I would consider it. And there is a lot of the game that simply isn't set up yet because we're so early in the development stage. So the purpose of this alpha test was not to show us the completed version of Mirandus in all of its glory. Far from it. The purpose of this alpha test was to help the Gala Games team figure out where the problems are as they're trying to scale this out. Michael McCarthy says that their goal is to get Mirandus to be able to host about 500 people or up to 500 people in each zone, so that if you have a massive world event, or there's a lot of people in a citadel, for example, like the town squares feel full of people. And in order to have 500 people, though, in an area without a ton of lag, without it being really hard on everyone's systems to see everyone else, like this is a difficult issue. It's going to take a lot of streamlining of the game. So this little stress test was to help the Gala Games team see, all right, are our issues server side, are our issues client side, what's creating the lag, where do we need to make things better? Now, I am not a game developer, so I'm not exactly sure into the specifics, but that is the general concept behind what a stress test is meant to do. Now, the other kind of secret agenda behind this, well, not even secret, very public agenda, which I'm glad that it's part of Gala's agenda, but was just to show us what Gala Games team is working on, to show us that they are actually working on Mirandus, and to give us a feel for what it might be like to run around in this world. So with that background out of the way, I want to share with you some of my thoughts about my experience running around in the world of Mirandus, because I actually thought it was really cool. Now, the art, the visuals, the texture, it's not there yet, but Gala hasn't tried to make it there yet, so I don't think we can really judge him on it. I was actually kind of surprised at how nice the game looked. I love the color palettes and stuff, even before any of the visuals are really set up. I think this is a really clean base to work from, and I think that Mirandus is going to be a very beautiful game. Already just looking at the character avatars, looking at the other players in the world, yeah, it's blocky like Minecraft, but it feels like it has so much more depth than Minecraft as well. And the fact that you're going to be able to see every single piece attached to your character, that is going to show up to everyone else. If you have 10 rings on, like all 10 of the rings in every single color, like I'm going to be able to see that on your hand. Yeah, I think the avatars are looking really cool. They are not finished yet though either. Like most of this test server, none of this is finished. I think some of the sounds and stuff kind of wonky as well, a little bit loud, not really any variation. But guys, all of this, I'm kind of thinking like they just threw on a walking sound for the purpose of this test server so that we could hear ourselves walking around and just get a little bit more immersion. Now, I really want to say that I loved the lighting. And the day and night cycle was super sped up in this test server. It's not going to be that fast in the real game. And then also the day and night cycle was set to each person individually in this test server. It wasn't actually on the server itself. So everyone was experiencing a different day and night cycle. But guys, all of these are not technical issues that Gala is like going to have to struggle to solve. Like, this is just part of the fact that this is super early Marandus development. So I really like the lighting though. I loved watching the sun come up. I loved watching the sun shine through the buildings and create shadows. It was just very beautiful. The moon was also striking as well. Nighttime is definitely going to be scary in Marandus. But yeah, overall, guys, like, this is really early on, but it actually made me more confident in Marandus. I was kind of, I don't know. This was like wonky. I guess this is kind of what I was expecting, but I was expecting it to feel a little bit more like the wonky alpha versions of these blockchain games being built by inexperienced teams. And it didn't feel like that. It already felt like it's going to have more feeling of AAA quality than some of these other games getting built by smaller teams with less experience that are farther along. Like, Gala is super early on, and I already know that this game is going to be feeling really smooth, really AAA. And yeah, I really enjoyed this alpha test. So then there was a lot of stuff talked about in the AMA as well during this alpha test, and I'm going to be making some separate videos on that. But one really interesting thing to note while you guys are watching me run around here and you can see my head bob is that this is only because of where we are in the current stage of development. If you guys don't know how game development works, Michael McCarthy talked about this a little bit, but in an actual game, the player, you as the player, actually get a different set of arms and stuff to see that look really good on your screen. That's different than your actual character avatar that everyone else is seeing. So when you're actually playing that avatar movement, being able to see your head like in front of your screen, you won't be able to see that simply because it will not be visible to you at all. It will be an invisible thing, and you will have a different, like a separate created arm and stuff, arms and things that you see that show all the same armor, same sword, you know, but they just represent it in a way that looks really good and feels really good for the player. And yeah, that's how games are made. You don't actually see you see what the developers want you to see, pretty much, and that's how the developers are able to create this world of immersion. So it's really interesting, as Michael McCarthy continues to say, just seeing how the sausage is made. I'm really excited for Marandus. I cannot wait for this game to start getting more well fleshed out and more well developed. I think the full game though is actually going to be several years away, guys. I hope they actually give us a release date that's kind of out there, like maybe tell us, hey, it's going to be here in 2025 or something, the full game. But I don't think they want to do that because they want to just continue giving us what they have while it's being developed. This is going to be, I think, something that we're going to get a ton of access to between now and the full release. Like, this is not the one and only time that they're going to let us hop into the world of Marandus. As they get more and more exciting things finished, I think they're going to show us more and more, and I cannot wait to share with you guys all of that new gameplay and the new functionality as this game starts just getting more and more robust and more beautiful. So hopefully you guys enjoyed looking at this gameplay and hearing me talk about this first experience that I had. If you did enjoy it, then remember to leave a big thumbs up and hit subscribe and click that notification bell, and you'll be notified when I post new blockchain gaming videos and new Marandus videos specifically. And then, yeah, guys, leaving that thumbs up on your way out, it actually really helps out the video because the YouTube algorithm judges whether or not to share this video with more people based on whether or not the people who watched it left thumbs up and stuff and how they interacted. So I really appreciate that engagement, guys. Thank you to all of the Patreon supporters that make these videos possible. Nate, my editor, and my brother, and then Josh, the sound engineer and our friend. We really appreciate the support. And until next time, everyone, have fun roaming the metaverse.